Hey guys, welcome to the Chainsaw Hospital, where we fix stuff. Today we're going to be working on a JonCutter G2500. In fact, they call this the CS G2500 from JonCutter. This is a cool little saw. It's a 25cc, 25.4 cc. And I've got a 12-inch bar on here. Pretty cute. And it is 3/8 low profile, 50 gauge. And what I'm going to show you today is how to take this side cover off and put it back on. Watched a couple guys on there on the YouTube, and they've kind of fumbled around a little bit getting this thing off of here. So what you're going to need is a 4mm Allen wrench, or I've got a T25 Torx. It's just what I had laying around. And a scrunch with a 13mm or 1/2 inch something around in there to get this off. So we're going to be working on the tailgate today. The Chainsaw Hospital, which is to my right, is just not quite set up yet, but I did want to get some stuff out for you guys to check out. So let's get this side cover off and back on, and I'll show you how I do it. Alright, we've got this nut up here, we've got our scrunch on here. We're just going to lefty-loosey that right off of there, and we'll go ahead and take some of this tension off too. This is how you release the tension on these, lefty-loosey. Alright, we're not going to take it too far because we need to get this side cover back on. This tension's inside the side cover here. So we got that off, and then you've got this 4mm head screw right here, or I'm just using a T25 again. This is just what fit in there, and it's not under a whole lot of torque, so it's not a big deal. So this is not a captive screw, so it does come out, so just be careful. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of pull it forward and pull the side cover off. So there we go, just like that. Alright, once we have the side cover off, we can go ahead and take the bar and chain off while we're here. And so what I'm just going to do is pull this bar back like that, and that's going to take all the tension off. And the next thing, we're just going to pull this chain up off the tip, up and over like that. Now we can go ahead and pull this bar off. Here we go. And this is the trickiest part of it all, which isn't very tricky, but if you're not used to it, it can kind of be a pain. So you can see it really wouldn't come out, and even if you get it out this way, it doesn't really pull out. So what I've found is if you back the cutters into this little crevice right there, it pops right out. So there's the crevice right here, right inside of there. So right in between the muffler and this piece of plastic. So to get the chain back on, make sure you're in the right direction, and that is with these cutter teeth on top. See the sharp point right here? So imagine the chain is going to be like that, so we want to make sure we keep it like that. When we put it on here, we're just going to, again, back it into that little crevice and then turn it to the side, and there it goes right back on, just like that. So now we're going to take our bar, put it back in, slide it all the way back. You can see how far I've got it against the clutch drum sprocket there. So we're going to need to kind of pull it out just a little bit, get that chain started on the nose, and get those drivers in the groove. You've got to prove you can cut. So let's get that just about like that. And it's tough on this plastic tailgate, but that's okay. We can do it, right? Right. So let's pull it out a little bit, get some more of that tension on there, because since the tensioner pawl is in the cover, we need to make sure that it's halfway in alignment with this hole right below the stud right here. And it will be, because we just took it off, but that's what you need to do. The next step is you've got these little teeth back here. These need to engage with these two recesses that are in this case. So here we go. Let's get that back on there. So we're just gonna kind of fold it in there and make sure I'm sighting down from the top and looking through here, and they are both right where they need to be. And this has started in the hole also, which is amazing, because nothing ever works when you're on video. So, so yeah, see, there we go. Oh, now those fell out. Okay. This, I will say, this G2500 is a little fiddly compared to some of the other saws I have worked on. So we're going to go ahead and get this nut started so we don't have everything falling apart on us. So one way you can tell you've got the back in okay, there's no gaps right here. There's no gaps right here. So you want to make sure those are all in there. And then we can go ahead and get this screw started too. So you want to get it started by hand first and then run it up with the screwdriver. There we go. So next up, we're going to tension the chain. I like to put the nose on something, or you can hold it up however you feel. Let's do that today. You can see I've got a little slack in the bottom of the chain. That's probably where we took that tension out. Now I'm just going to tighten it up to where it's, you know, just touching, where it just touched. And I probably am famous for running my chain a little loose. It's just what I do. If you like to run yours tighter, by all means, go for it. So, next up, we're going to make sure everything is smooth, and it is. Everything perfect. I'm using the tool, because I don't want to use my fingers on here, because I do keep a sharp chain. I do like sharp chains. So, there we go. We're ready to go. So let's fire this thing up and check for function. So we're going to turn our ignition switch on, which is to the right of the trigger, right there. Push it up where the straight line is, and that turns it on. We're going to pull the choke out, just like that. Pump our primer bulb a few times, get some gas, fresh gas into that carburetor. I'm sorry, this is a purge bulb, not a primer bulb, because we're just cycling fuel through the carburetor. We're not actually putting any fuel into the intake, which is what a primer bulb does, not a purge bulb. So there we go, we're ready. Let's go ahead and try to pull it over. There we go. So if I was a little quicker on the choke, it would have started right up, but I wasn't. So, another pull. This Dr. Cutter signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check out Mr. Cadence, his videos. Got some pretty cool stuff over there too. He's the guy that sends me all this junk to work on. We're going to do a few pulls here.